Hello everyone and welcome to game number one game number one in a series between Sonik and Lawliet. It is not Undead versus Night Elf, unfortunately. It is still Night Elf versus Night Elf, but it will be a best of three series taken from Gcup 75 that happened 2 weekends ago. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the WarCraft 3 coverage, and I wish you the best of luck in whatever you are doing right now. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down right now. We see Sonik spawning as the yellow Night Elf on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Lawliet spawning as the pink Night Elf over here on the bottom right. It is going to be most likely a Demon Hunter versus a Demon Hunter matchup, but we may see a Warden, even though the Warden is rather weak to the Demon Hunter. That would be my second guess, but yeah, Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter, the primary hero matchup in this particular 1v1. Now, I do expect both players to be opening up with very similar builds, but interestingly enough, we already see that Sonik is actually opening up with an Ancient of War down here by the orange creep camp. This orange creep camp here does deal out a bit more damage, and it will be scouted out by Lawliet. Lawliet coming around the corner, going to finish off a 5-3-3 creep camp here, and then perhaps try and make his way over to stop this particular expansion from getting finished. You can see that there is an archer there, Demon Hunter already getting in some additional damage, double wisp right now, attempting to repair and keep this Ancient of War up and running as the Demon Hunter down here finishes off that Ogre Magi, picks up Gloves of Haste, and is now going to make its way out, perhaps clearing out one green creep camp here to get to level 2, or this creep camp down across here. Alright, there you go, going after the Null Overseer now. The Demon Hunter of Lawliet will get to level 2. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter down here picks up a Pure of Vitality and is still slowly making way through this orange creep camp here. He does get to level 2. There you go. Is he going to pick up the Tome of Agility? Of course he does not, as no one really likes to read. Demon Hunter now looking to back off here. He's picked up a Circlet of Nobility, and both heroes have taken a fair bit of damage on their respective heroes. Lawliet taking a lot of damage there. Meanwhile, the Ancient of War here has taken a lot of damage and also did not read that Tome of Agility. Not quite sure why you would ever leave a tome behind. Most likely that was just a mistake and not paying attention there. Demon Hunter gonna come around. There is the engagement there. Slight engaging. There is a mana burn as the Demon Hunter now chasing after this one particular Archer. Archer should be able to escape down to 85 hit points, and we are gonna see some Moonwells right there. All right, there is no Dust of Appearance. Just use it and you will have been fine. No, Sonik, forgetting that he actually has Dust of Appearance, opts to back off. Down across over here, you're going to see a Wisp now pull and grab some mercenaries from this mercenary camp. We are already taking the tier 2 on both sides. Lawliet a little bit ahead there, as these units are now going to be making their way back off to the north. Alright, Demon Hunter now going in for a little bit of an engagement. Lawliet back across over here. Is he going to pick up that Tome of Agility that his opponent did leave behind? And yes, he does, dealing a little bit more damage. Right now, we'll see if Lawliet and that little bit of agility is going to come out to be ahead, as we see a sheep getting in the way of Sonik, really disrupting anything there. All right, Lawliet does have one Wisp off over here. It looks as though it may get detonated. Are we going to see a detonation? No, we are not. An actual takedown there, as we see the Ancient of War absorbing a bit of damage once more. All right, both sides in a really rather strange situation so far. Demon Hunter going to get that little kill there, and now opt to try and run away. Lawliet is looking to be able to get away here, as Sonik is now still trying to chase down this Demon Hunter. So far, that Demon Hunter is taking a lot of damage, and he may end up falling down to 78 hit points. He does have rather high armor, and that may be his one saving grace, as the mana burn goes across there. There is some Moonwell usage. Circlet of Nobility most likely will be dropped. There you go, healing back up to full before once more venturing back out. Hero level, hero experience, about the same. There is one Shadow Melded Archer off over here, and you're going to see the Demon Hunter perhaps come around the corner. He could do a blind mana burn through the trees, and, well, he decides not to, as there is that Naga Sea Witch right there, which would have gotten off the cold arrows. Now, the Demon Hunter is in a little bit of trouble. He doesn't have that much mana, and even though he does have that Pure Up of Vitality, he has taken a fair bit of damage. Meanwhile, Lawliet now opting to put pressure while he does his teching back at home. The Ancient of Wonders and dual Ancient of Lores are already coming in, as we are perhaps going to be looking at dual Ancient of Lores also coming in for Sonik. Now, are we getting a Keeper of the Grove? Yes, we are. Lawliet really wants to try and push this game to a long Tier 3 matchup. Meanwhile, Sonik wants to try and end it early. If he's able to end it early with that Naga Sea Witch and picking off units, that would be to his advantage. Lawliet getting Thorn's Aura and using Entangle to its full ability would be to his advantage there. Ancient of Wonders may be taking a little bit of damage there. You can see some piercing damage already hitting that Ancient of Wonders. It will most likely be cancelled as that Ancient of War is sitting right there. Keeper of the Grove comes off with an Entangle and now should be able to get some damage off to that Forest Troll Berserker. Meanwhile, down across over here, another Ancient of Lore getting shut down by Lawliet. Lawliet trying to minimize the damage all across the board. As we can see, the Keeper of the Grove needs to get some more ensnares off in order to slow down these Forest Troll Berserkers. This Forest Troll Berserker has taken a fair bit of damage. No more Abolish Magic possible, as the Keeper of the Grove may opt to try and get some extra mana from this one particular building right there. All right, it looks as though, yeah, that is going to get taken down. Keeper of the Grove did not get the experience. There was a big denial there. A Scroll of Town Portal now heading back out. There is, there's an Entangle, but that Entangle, does it get teleported? A Mana Burn there as the Staff of Teleportation now getting away, as we now see the teleportation heading back home here. Dryads are added. We see that there is 1-0 upgrades by Lawliet. Both sides with very, very heavy harassment, but both sides dealing with it rather well. We are now seeing Tree of Eternity tech to Tier 2 coming in for Sonik. Down across over here, we can see Lawliet doing the same exact thing, as well as we are getting Adept training, most likely followed by Mastery training on those bears. That Wisp will get the detonation off, hitting 3 units with mana there, removing a key bit of mana. Meanwhile, the Dryads are now looking to push across here, as we see another Ancient of Lore may get shut down for the 3rd time. This is going to severely limit the number of bears and Dryads we see, as we now see the Keeper of the Grove trying to back off here. Naga Sea Witch is still in position. We may see an Archer getting taken down, and that may gives the Naga Sea Witch level 2. Demon Hunter now needs to get away. No mana burn possible there, as he just wants to try and get away from the cold arrows of that Naga Sea Witch. It looked like he was about to turn around for a split second for a mana burn and decided against it, as the Demon Hunter is still pretty much running for the hills. Dryads looking to do a bit of chase, will not be able to land an arrow there. We may see a Staff of Teleportation being used there by the Demon Hunter. Oh, it's going to purposely double back around and then perhaps see what is happening here. Does not see his opponent trying to creep there, as we now have Sonik with a level 3 Demon Hunter tanking that damage, allowing that Naga Sea Witch to get a little bit more experience. Keeper of the Grove now has that Orb of Venom. We see Mastery training is just now about to be done, as the Demon Hunter looks to shut down an Ancient of Wonders. No real chance to shut down the Ancient of Lore, as the Demon Hunter is going to have to teleport out in order to save himself. There you go. He does go ahead and teleport back out. There is that rejuvenation, very, very critical for that Demon Hunter, as the bears now coming across. Abolish Magic not possible off of that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. No Staff of Preservation possible from the Keeper of the Grove in order to save a number of key units. Mana Burn there. No real luck, as the Illusion now looking to get in front of the Demon Hunter. All right. No real path blocking there, as the Illusion actually slowing down his own fellow real Demon Hunter in that chase. Bears. Druid of the Claw currently staying in Druid form in order to regenerate mana slightly faster. The Keeper of the Grove and that Demon Hunter both could use a little bit more healing before that follow-up fight. Now, the Demon Hunter here of Sonik, he really needs to get a larger army of bears. He is finally finished at that Mastery training, and once he is finished at that Mastery, I believe that was Mastery training, let me double check that. Yes, he does have Mastery training. He will be able to turn into bear form and get those rejuvenations off, but he may be low on the bear count right now. 35 over 50 compared to 50 over 50 for Lawliet. Bears cleaning up some of these units here. There's a quick detonation. Demon Hunter sitting at 2, should be able to get to 3 off of this particular creep camp. And now with Thorn's aura, those bears are going to be slightly stronger as they reflect back a bit of the damage that is dealt to them by other bears. Now, we may see chimeras also being trained up as well, though the chimeras very, very powerful with that magic damage to eat through those bears, as the Demon Hunter focusing down that red drake first. Not that many units can really focus down that red drake. The bears, however, are in that front line. Rejuvenation from this Druid of the Claw could be coming in. There's a big mana burn onto that particular Druid of the Claw, as we now see the units are now fighting back around. Wand of Illusion, Druid of the Claw, that is going to get focused down rather fast, as we see a mana burn there. Beautiful Staff of Preservation, as the Demon Hunter of Sonik now being forced to retreat back out. There is another Staff of Preservation there as the Demon Hunter trying to get away. He does have a Belt of Giant Strength, so he does have a fair bit of hit points as he needs to get out of a rather dangerous spot. Will he be able to escape? It looks like the Cold Arrows. Oh, no Cold Arrow from that Naga Sea Witch. Didn't have enough mana just at that moment, as Lawliet will be able to double back around, perhaps get a Scroll of Town Portal transferred over to him. All right, are we going to see that? Are we going to see that at all? Are we what was that about? I'm not quite sure, as we now see the engagement there. Somehow Lawliet with 122 hit points on this one Demon Hunter actually looks very, very strong. He's able to chase down and push back that Demon Hunter since he is by his lonesome self. Staff of Preservation going in to save that one particular Keeper of the Grove, as the Keeper of the Grove now heads back down to the south. This one, Keeper of the Grove, gonna turn back into bear form, obviously, as we need to see a bit more healing come through. Druids of the Claw going back into that bear form now. We are gonna get a little bit of a reprieve for Lawliet's army. Meanwhile, Sonik off to the north, clearing out a difficult creep camp, picking up a Pure of Vitality, and also has that Moonstone. He is gonna be, well, very, very high on both mana and hit points for quite some time, as we now see him also pick up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, selling that Mana Stone just now. Demon Hunter slowly getting more and more mana. Druid of the Claw does have a rejuvenation on him. We're going to see this Forest Troll Warlord creep camp get taken out, but unbeknownst to him, there is an army coming in from the back. Sonik looking to capitalize on his opponent's just a very, very gung-ho-ness of trying to clear out creep camps. Ankh of Reincarnation picked up by the Keeper of the Grove. Goblin Zeppelin is now currently up in the air, will be able to pick up low hit point units, as one Druid of the Claw, very, very low on mana, still staying in Druid form. All right, units still trying to fight back around here. Lawliet picking up a bunch of low hit point units and dropping them down, picking them back up. Very, very nice use of the Goblin Zeppelin to maximize damage, as we see this Keeper of the Grove still turning back around here. A lot of low hit point units all across the board. There goes one yellow bear. There goes another yellow bear, as Lawliet also gets to level 4 here after taking down some units. The Ankh of Reincarnated Keeper of the Grove. That Goblin Zeppelin does not have very much. Keeper of the Grove now hits back out onto the field. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability now back out. Staff of Preservation saving another unit. Naga Sea Witch gets taken down. Level 4 Demon Hunter versus level 4, but one has significantly more hit points. Is this one Demon Hunter going to be able to make it out and away? That is the big question there. Rejuvenation should be coming in, and there you go, as we see a mana burn go down onto the Druid of the Claw just as he turns back into bear form. Back down across over here. Are we going to see these 3 bears actually try and engage? Keeper of the Grove is nearby. He does have a Staff of Preservation. Demon Hunter now trying to switch targets. Doesn't have a good target to really focus on, as the Staff of Preservation does go down again. Very, very small micro wars right now, as a Keeper of the Grove, or excuse me, a Druid of the Claw gonna get a rejuvenation off on his own. Demon Hunter now doing a bit more chasing again. No boots of speed on either, as it looks like it will be an even foot race back to the base of Sonik. So far, close micro battles. Both sides now looking to regroup, trying to get their heroes back into play. But with Lawliet's ever-growing Keeper of the Grove, he is just going to get stronger and stronger with that Thorns aura. The Naga Sea Witch does not nearly scale as well, and the Naga Sea Witch really only shines when your opponent is trying to flee. With the slow of the Dryads and the slow of the Naga Sea Witch, you kind of force an engagement, and you only really want to force an engagement when you have the upper hand. Lawliet still sitting at 50 supply, I believe over 70 with 800 in the bank. That means he'll have better items going into this next fight, as we see a red drake quickly getting shot down here. But Dryads, Sonik may get in a very good creep jack here. This potentially could be game-changing as we now see item Robuff Agi now has been picked up. All right, trying to engage. There is a Roar. No Entangle that I see as of yet. Thorn's Aura is at level 2, so 20% of the damage is being reflected back. So far, everyone is fighting back and forth. Big damage going across the board here. One yellow bear going to get taken down. Well, no, Staff of Preservation and one bear gets taken down. Another yellow bear going to get taken down. Another currently entangled, only to get Abolish Magic, as we are looking at Pink doing a great job here. All right, hiring mercenaries. Sonik hiring mercenaries to get more units out in just a split second. You can see that the Druid of the Claw and the Keeper of the Grove getting picked back up and dropped back down as the Naga Sea Witch falls at level 2 at the hands of Lawliet. And Lawliet takes game number 1 with a commanding score primarily from their heroes. Sonik unable to recover, and we see Lawliet taking game number 1 in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.